how about a couple of cups of coffee?
This isn't a social call. 5 minutes.
Right, Mr. Cord.
You sure like to keep people hanging, don't you?
They don't hang murderers in this state, Mr. Jacks. They electrocute them.
Hey, what is this?
A murder charge. You're #1 suspect.
I'm no killer. And you're no DA.
You said you had something to tell me.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I should tell you anything.
You could be right. Guard.
Hey, wait.
4 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Man, you're a real iceberg, aren't you?
I don't like you, Mr. Jacks. I don't like anything about you.
What'd I ever do to you?
Adrienne Van Leyden is dead. You told me you wanted to talk about what happened. Well, you've got just a little over 3 minutes to say something relevant, something logical, something to convince me I should listen. 3 minutes.
Put away that stopwatch, will you?
What were you doing in that house? You said you went there to warn Mr. Peyton about something.
That's true.
What was it?
There's only one person I can explain that to. Your grandfather.
Well, I don't think he'll be dropping by.
Then bring him here.
Why?
There's something I gotta tell him.
Tell me.
I can't.
That's too bad.
Hey, wait. I'll, tell you what I can. I went there to, see the old man. But there was somebody else in the house, so I waited.
Where?
Out front, in the bushes.
Hiding?
Yeah?
What were you afraid of?
That trained ape he turns loose on people. I couldn't take a chance on him bouncing me before I could see Peyton.
So you took a bigger chance and broke in the back way.
Well, I had to. I couldn't tell what was going on from the front.
What do you mean?
Well, like I told you, somebody else was there. And then the front door flew open, and this dame hustled out like she was on fire.
A woman?
A woman.
Did you recognize her?
No.
Would you be able to?
No.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. I just...
And don't try to use me.
What are you getting so hot about? Just because I remember some woman... Hey, wait a minute. You think that's real interesting. You know, I never thought about putting the finger on anybody else. I was too busy trying to get it off of me. You're listening now, aren't you, Mr. Cord? You sure you got the time?
Not for you, Mr. Jacks.
Now, let's see. You were pretty chummy with that Van Leyden dame, weren't you? Hmm? And your wife. She's, brunette, isn't she?
You tell me. And if you're thinking about telling your story to the police, you think about this, too. How much will they believe if you name somebody? And she can prove she was somewhere else.
Can she?
That's one way to find out.
Mr. Cord, I spent too much time in all-night sessions. I know when a man's holding the cards and when he isn't.
Call me.
Well, why don't we just call it a draw?
I bring Mr. Peyton in and you don't implicate Betty.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
No deal.
Sorry, I've only got one play.
It's a loser.
Then why did you stick?
I don't like being pushed.
Nobody pushed you into this cell. But maybe somebody pushed Mrs. Van Leyden down the stairs, right? Maybe that's why you're here.
It's up to you, Mr. Jacks.
All right. You got my word. I won't say a thing. I couldn't see who it was. And I didn't pay too much attention anyway. You know, I didn't know there was somebody dead inside.
Well, maybe she wasn't dead then. How long did it take you to get into the house after the woman left?
Oh, I don't know, a couple of minutes.
And where were you when they discovered you?
In the entry hall.
At the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah.
Did you have Weber's wrench in your hand?
No, in my pocket.
Where was Weber?
He was behind me when I first saw him. By the door I came in.
Did he call for Mr. Peyton?
No, the old man called him.
My grandfather saw you first?
Yeah.
Well, where was he?
At the top of the stairs.
All right, Mr. Jacks. I'll get him down here. Guard.
Mr. Cord. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Tonight, Cord. You hear? Tonight.
I just talked to Eddie Jacks.
Stephen?
Yes, it was a very interesting conversation.
Did he confess?
No.
Huh. Do they ever?
He said he had something to tell you.
I don't want to listen to his raving protestations of innocence. I'll leave that to the judge and the jury.
But you've already judged him, haven't you?
You sound very much like a defense attorney. Now, you wouldn't make a tragic mistake like that, would you?
I told him I'd ask you to come down.
Well, you asked me. Now, send him a bill and bow out.
Not yet.
What are you doing?
Just looking out for your interest, Grandfather. You know, it might not be a wise idea to let anyone think you weren't concerned. Concerned enough to explore every possible avenue to discover actually what happened.
Anyone or you, Stephen?
Well, you have to know what I think, Grandfather. I made the call. He wants to see you tonight.
Well, I gathered that when he forced his way into my house. I don't want to see him.
Well, I think...
I don't care what you think. And if you insist upon playing messenger at this hour, on this night, you can tell Eddie Jacks just what I said.
Dr. Ross, it'll only take a minute. I just want to see my father. But I feel fine now.
Now, just relax, please.
I've just been a little tired lately, that's all. I haven't been sleeping, but I should go over and see him.
You're going to have to be quiet. I can't hear anything. Now, take a couple of breaths for me, will you?
Look, they've arrested him, and I don't even know why.
Let the doctor finish.
Don't either of you care about him.
Of course we care about him, but your father's just going to have to wait until I finish checking you out.
You act like nothing's happened. Look, they've locked him up, and I want to go over and see him.
Do you think it's going to do any good if you just run over there and faint again?
Oh, I didn't faint. Well, I just sort of stumbled and my knees buckled, that's all.
Let him finish, Rita.
Oh.
Rita, your father has a hot temper. You know that. He probably got arrested arguing with a policeman that tried to give him a traffic ticket. Now, I'm going to want you to come down to the hospital with me.
The hospital?
Yes, for a day or two. You need some rest, and it seems to be the only place you can get any.
I don't want to go until I find out about my dad.
Look, I'll find out about your dad. But we'll go to the hospital first. And then I'll find out about him. Okay?
Okay, now come on, you get dressed. Put on something warm, will you? It's cold outside.
Okay. You need some help? She is going to be okay, isn't she?
I don't know. I'll let you know some more when we get her to the hospital.
Could there be something else?
No, but listen to me. You know Rita's condition. You know that the one thing she needs more than anything else is not to get emotionally involved or overly excited. Now, you call me up in the middle of the night. You tell me she's running around out in the square, hysterical, fainting in the snow.
Look, it wasn't my fault. It was her dad's.
Well, she's exhausted, that's all.
Yeah, I know. She didn't sleep tonight. I don't know when the last time it was she had a good sleep.
Norman, I'm worried about the baby, really worried.
Could she lose it?
I don't know.
Look, you're the head of the hospital. So that means they think you're pretty good. And I know you use all your skill and training and everything to save Rita and the baby. Because if we lose the baby, it'll wreck Rita's life. And I want this baby. Me. I want it.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
The marriage doesn't end that easily. But you can't help looking back. You look back and You wonder?
You want to finish Rita? You want to punish her for caring about her own father?
I'd get to him. Somehow I'd make him pay for what he'd done to her.
I said Adrienne was dead. You don't seem too shocked. They arrested Eddie Jacks on suspicion of murder.